Jeff Gordon goes through the corner at 135. Dale Jr., the Bud car, is right there.
Here's Dale Jr. clearing the lap traffic. Man, Gordon, he was shot out of a cannon there on that restart. Spencer stepping out on that high line in turn 1. Wow.
And Ricky Rudd, we see him back there. Mark Martin, where's Rudd?
He's in third.
There he is. Sorry, I missed him that time by.
Ricky losing a couple of positions quickly on the restart, but now settling in. Could that be one of those didn't have the tires cleaned off?
I think that was more positioning. I think he went in a turn 2, the tunnel turn on the outside, and Little Lee took advantage of that and got on the inside.
Little Lee's going way wide. Turn 1.
Pocono's never been Little Lee's best track, Alan, but they are very happy right now. Got a little help from his pit crew on that last stop. 14.36 on that pit stop. The car very good on these short runs. Gets a little tight the longer he runs, but they are very happy down here in the Budweiser pits.
Let's go back and look at how Jeff Gordon got the lead away from Ricky Rudd. Follow up on discussion Wally and I were having a second ago. It's already happened here.
It's already happened, yeah.
That's Jeff Gordon passing Kevin LePage to put him a lap down.
And Ricky Rudd is back in third position.
So Gordon out in front for the third time today. He's led 58 of the 77 laps that we've run so far. Rudd, Martin, Todd Bodine, Dale Jarrett, and Jeff Burton are the other drivers who've led at least one lap. Dale Jr. here at Pocono, he's got a pretty solid record. His worst qualifying ever was 15th place. And he's got finishes of 19th, 13th, and 20th. And for a racetrack, I think you'll agree with me, Wally, that's very difficult for somebody to learn the first couple times out. That's not bad.
Yeah, there's a lot of rookies come here, and they do struggle until they get some races under the belt here. And it's a tough racetrack because you can't get the car perfect here ever. So you really have to drive the car differently through each corner here because each corner is so different. So but it is a fun racetrack to drive.
Talked to Junior down in the garage on Friday morning here at Pocono. Said, you having any fun lately? He said, driving this race car. It's been a lot of fun lately. Had some troubles qualifying the last few weeks, but they may get the award for passing the most cars over the last several races. He started 36th and finished 11th in the Chicagoland race 2 weeks ago. Last weekend in New Hampshire, he started 29th and he finished 9th. On a racetrack where it's difficult to pass.
All-important third corner. Looks like Junior did pretty well off that corner. About almost identical to the same speed that Jeff Gordon ran the last lap.
Now, here's the pass we were trying to show you before. This is Gordon getting the lead from Rudd after the restart.
Down in turn 1, and Jeff Gordon just loves the outside down there for some reason.
Power move.
And the strange thing is he doesn't use it all the time. Talking about Jeff Gordon and that outside line down in turn 1. Seems like he just saves that till he really needs it.
Fourth place, Mark Martin in the 6, Bill Elliott in the 9. Martin started 3rd, Elliott started 14th. Bill's been in the top 5 or in the vicinity of the top 5 about the whole race. Best run he's had all year. Elliott finished 5th in the season opening Daytona 500. That was his only top 5 finish of the year, but things have been coming around lately for Bill and the Ray Evernham team. He's finished 9th or 10th in 3 of the last 6 races.
And if you look at what happened in happy hour and Friday and everything else, you would think this would be the 19 car up here challenging Martin because Casey Atwood is the guy that really ran well in all the practices and qualified well. But instead, it's Bill Elliott.
It's been a long time since Bill Elliott's been to victory lane. September 1994. 212 races ago. That's at 30 and change a year.
If he keep running like this, he will win before long.
Got that pit report from Matt Yokel a little while ago about the fuel pressure gauge on Jeff Gordon's car. Look at the right-hand gauge on the dial. That's the fuel pressure gauge in question. And if you look at it very closely, you can see the liquid. See the liquid slogging around inside it as he goes through the corner?
Yep, you sure can.
So that's the gauge that's giving him fits right now.
But the gauge isn't fluctuating, so it was steady.
You wouldn't trust it, though.
No, I mean, you wouldn't trust it to tell you the truth. No, for sure. But it has no effect on how the car runs.
Yeah.
That's just an instrument to tell them about when they're going to run out of fuel.
Gordon leads Dale Jr. by an even 1 second. We are 200 miles into the Pennsylvania 500. Another huge crowd on hand at Pocono Raceway in northeastern Pennsylvania to watch the NASCAR Winston Cup Series in the Pennsylvania 500 presented by Pep Boys. The race for the championship next weekend moves to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. 8th Brickyard 400. You'll see it next Sunday at 2 Eastern on NBC. Then it's on to the road course in Watkins Glen, New York. Michigan and Bristol Ovals to wrap up the month of August. The race for the championship on NBC and TNT, our Wendy's race menu. All Jeff Gordon right now.
And now down in turn 1, when he gets by himself, he runs that low line and he runs very fast around the racetrack. It seems like when he gets around other cars, he can use that outside line to pass cars. And folks, we've shown you 9,000 RPMs. And if you've been following this sport for a long time, we just haven't seen that kind of RPM but the last couple of years. And you wonder, how do they do it? Here's one thing. The valve springs was always the big problem. Let's take you inside our TNT virtual garage, and you see they squirt oil on the valve spring. Each valve spring has a squirter that squirts some oil on there that cools that metal that allows them to turn 9,000 RPMs. Jeff Gordon, as he comes off turn 2, you see he's down to about 6,000. Oh, we had a little bit of a glitch there, but now the tachometer, 8,000. Shifts gears. We saw it back up a little bit when he shifted. Now he goes down into turn 3, about 8,800 RPMs. A lot of other things in the engine allows them to turn RPMs, but without that valve spring cooler, there's no way in the world they could turn that kind of RPM, because that metal working as hard as it works is kind of like, as a guy used yesterday, trying to bend a coat hanger. You work back and forth, back and forth. How hot that metal gets, the valve spring does the same thing.
That was Mr. Wizard.
Mr. Wizard told us that.
Nelson Crozier, part of our crew here. Dale Jarrett on the move. Trying to pick up a couple of spots. He's just passed Jeff Burton for the 12th spot, and now Kevin Harvick for 10th.
And Burton has followed Dale Jarrett every place he's gone today.
Tony Stewart in that mix also. Orange car down to the inside.
And nice and smooth. Go get that old 66 up there.
Bobby Jeffries, Dale Jarrett's spotter. Telling him Todd Bodine's the next car in front of him for position. Todd in 9th spot. Stewart through Harvick. So Kevin's lost 3 positions this lap.
That's Wally's car, that 29 car, the one that he practiced yesterday. And I'm sure you had high hope for him today, didn't you, Wally?
I did.
You could have been a hero if you'd have won the race. Gone to victory lane, celebrated with them.
Hey, listen, long way to go. I'm helping you out here, Walt.
I know.
Long way to go.
Well, I noticed the last pit stop they made, it didn't look like they made any adjustments on the car.
Second place, Ricky Rudd, up under Dale Jr.